Hello guys, welcome to the video, and in this one we continue to learn basics of Unity and C#. Now I want to import prototype materials into the project because, to be honest, I'm kind of tired of the default materials from Unity, so it's a bit better and prettier when we have prototype materials. Feels like we're making a real project and not just fooling around. I'm gonna give you a link to this asset, or you can go to assetstore.unity.com and type in a search field prototype materials. That's what you need to find. Then you get it, and then you click add to my assets. Once you have it, you're gonna open this in Unity through package manager over here. And we can just type here my assets, prototype. And here I'm gonna grab these prototype materials. It has nothing except the visuals, but for me, I just, I like it more that way. I think it's a bit better. We don't need these materials for HDRP, and we don't need these materials for URP, so I'm just gonna click import. All right. Now we have it here. Let me do a quick trick that will help me to get to these materials faster, because we can see we have 1, 2, 3 extra folders. So I'm gonna just do show in Explorer. Then over here, I'm gonna take materials, cut them out, go to assets and paste them in here, like that. Now, if I go to asset folder, I'm gonna have materials here and I can use them. Oh, there is a standard folder as well. Okay, let me do it again real quick. Gonna open standard folder, select everything here, cut it out, go to materials, paste it in. Now I have materials here and it's a bit easier for me to access. What they do? They change the visuals of the cubes or anything else, and in this way it's a bit prettier and nicer to work with. Okay, very good. Now we have a simple goal. We want to make a testing ground, a simple tower, and a simple enemy out of a simple shapes. We need this so we can practice with the C#, so I can explain some functionality, and also it will help you to get used to environment of Unity. If this is your first or second project, there is a very high chance it's all frustrating for you because it's a new experience, and by just practicing a little bit with the simple things like that, you'll get used to the environment, you'll get used to the software you're using, and it will be much easier to understand what we're doing later on in the course. Because when you don't have that first frustration on you, you can focus on the important things in a much easier way. So basically that's the only goal, to remove the shock. We can say that, okay? So let's delete this cube, let's delete this player script, and then let's make a new cube, 3D cube, and let's call it ground. Now we want to make this ground pretty and big. For the position we can do 0, for the Y we can do 0, and for the Z, 0. Let's focus on this. And now let's make 10 on the X and 10 on the Z. And as we can see, it's not very pretty just to have a white material like that. That's why we've got these prototype materials. Let's take the second one, put it here, and this material is usually stretched. But if we go to tiling over here on the material and make it equals to the size of a platform over here, then it will look like it's supposed to, just like that. So now we have 10 by 10 ground platform that we can use to test some things. Let's use more simple shapes. Let's make a simple enemy, and I'm gonna do 3D cube. I'm gonna call it enemy. I'm gonna make it red and maybe a bit smaller, something like 0.5. Yeah, and also I would like to see where is the face of the enemy. Where is he facing? Because it's going to be important later on for the rotation. As of now we're using cubes, it's not very important. But later in the course we're going to have 3D models, and these 3D models have, like obvious facing point of the model. Like it's a tank or something else. Let me quickly show you. there is a prototype I have, and these are the enemies. And we can see that facing direction should be here on this side. So it's important for us to learn how to rotate object as well, not only to move it. And for that, we need to know where is the face of it. That's why we're gonna make a 3D object, 3D cube, as a child of the enemy. We're gonna click right button on the enemy, 3D cube. And let's just maybe do enemy face here, why not? Now, this child will repeat shape of the parent, but we can press T on the keyboard and change size of the child object to something like this. Let's move it into facing direction, and usually facing direction is represented by blue arrow, which is a z-axis, that is a forward point of the transform. So we're gonna move it here a little bit. Let's make it slim like that, and maybe let's give it some noticeable color. Maybe this one. Yeah, looks okay to me. Now we have a simple enemy, and later on we can make it move towards the tower. As of now, let's put it aside, just there. And let's make another object with the simple shapes. Let's make a tower. We're gonna make 3D sphere for tower head. It's gonna be tower's head that rotates around. Let's give it maybe yellow color. Then let's make it a bit smaller, maybe 0.75. Now we need a gun for this tower. I'm gonna make 3D cube as a child, and this one gonna be tower gun. Let's make it 0.25 on the X, 0.25 on the Y. Now it looks more like a gun. I think I like it. Let's give it yellow color as well. And we need body for this tower. Or actually, do we need a body? We don't really need a body for this one, so let's keep it as it is. Okay, so now my goal is to rotate tower towards the enemy when I need to. And I think we can do it with the scripting, but maybe in the next video. Well, actually, the main towers in the game gonna have the body. It's gonna be the building, right? Over here, you can see that towers usually having a body and then a tower's head with a gun. So let's go back and let's make a tower's body. Our body. Let's make it slim, maybe a 0.6 like that. Maybe even slimmer, 0.4. Yeah, I like it. Then let's bring tower's head above. We need material on this one. And then we want to take tower's head and tower's body, and we want to wrap this into a parent to make it work as a single game object. Let's do create empty parent, tower. Very nice. Now, if we want to have some main functionality, we can put it on the tower. And if we want to, we can affect rotation of the tower's head over here without affecting rotation of the main object. You can see I'm rotating a child and the main tower is not rotated at all. So that's the idea, that's the goal. Let's do 0, 0, 0 over here. Let's take the enemy, place it over here, like it's approaching the tower. And that's good for now. Yeah, let's save everything and let's go to the next video. We're gonna learn a little bit more about programming.